Okay.
Hello, is this Marvin?
Hey, sure is, man. How's it going, guys? Sorry,
Good.
I'm a little bit behind, boys.
Oh no, it happens. We were literally just starting up, so the
Good
timing
deal, man. Yeah, they
timing
had the
couldn't have been
lighting
better.
trucks rolling. Yeah, man. I'm running behind. We had the lighting trucks rolling into town today, and they're unloading over at the building, and we just got something to eat, and you called, and I thought, oh, Jesus Christ, I got this radio interview.
Right. Well, of course you have the lighting trucks in town for your promotion, AWE Night of the Legends, and we are going to be talking at length about that tonight. Um,
Great, man.
we have JT here as well.
Good deal. Hey,
JT,
man, how you
join.
doing? Good, man. Doing good.
Awesome. Yeah, man, I've been looking at this card. It looks like you got an amazing show built up, and there's obviously been some changes with the Kevin Nash tag team match. You were supposed to be involved, and then you were taken out, so now there's a mystery partner. Fans are curious, man. Can you give us any hints?
You know what? All I will say is, and I don't want to give away a lot, but I will say this: that the fans will be stunned on who it is. We've had a lot of guesses. Everybody's been guessing. Could it be X-Pac? I will tell everybody, no, it's not X-Pac. Could it be DDP? Well, DDP is retired. But the guy that Kevin Nash has chosen, he called in a favor, and he will be in Fishersville, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. We have went all out for this thing, man.
Awesome. Now, of course, you have a match you've been promoting as the first time ever. It's been a long time coming. These guys have been put together in matches before, but never in singles matches. Of course, that being Tommy Dreamer versus Terry Funk. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, man, the innovator of violence versus the hardcore legend. This is a match that Paul Heyman, these guys were built up to face each other back in ECW. And, Paul put a lot of time and effort into building this thing up, and for whatever reason, it just never happened. And when I talked to Terry about actually wrestling on the pay-per-view and just ran some choices by him about what he wanted to do, he said, you know what, one guy that I never got a chance to wrestle in a singles match was Tommy Dreamer. And I'd like to see what the boys got. So I called Tommy, and Tommy said, you know what, done deal, I'm in. And this match is the one that I think I'm looking forward to really the most, because I've always been a big, huge fan of Terry Funk over the years, and then, also Tommy Dreamer went through ECW. But these guys are going to go there, and it's hard to tell what happened. I'm afraid Terry's going to try to kill himself, man.
Now, the match I'm looking forward to the most is actually one with C.W. Anderson taking on the returning Perry Saturn. Now, Perry Saturn, of course, recently has been talking about his downward spiral that he suffered after 2002, and this is his return, man. This is huge for you guys. Talk a little bit about that.
9 years since Perry Saturn has been in a wrestling ring. And I'm going to tell you who made this happen, and, I can't take the credit for it, but it was Bill Apter. Had given me a call weeks ago and said, hey, I just spoke to Perry Saturn, and Perry is wanting to make a serious comeback in professional wrestling. And at the time, believe it or not, I did not know the hardships that Perry had went through until Bill was telling me about it, and I watched an interview that Bill had did with Perry. And Perry has really been through a lot, man. And, he's back in shape. And Bill said, look, it would be great for pay-per-view. It would be good ratings for you guys. It would be Perry's big return. Would you be interested? And I said, absolutely, man. And we called Perry and talked for about 30 minutes on the phone. And Perry said, hey, count me in. I want to do this. So, yeah, that's how we got here, man. But I'm really, really excited about having Perry's return, man, after 9 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, JT.
Oh, I was just going to mention, of course, his opponent is C.W. Anderson. What made you pick him of all people?
Believe it or not, I've known CW for a while, and no matter where it's at or who it's against, CW Anderson really gives everything he's got 100% every time he's in that ring. And I wanted somebody that would really go toe to toe with Perry, man, and get a great match. And I called CW and asked CW would he be up for it, and he said absolutely, man. And I just think between those two guys, that has an opportunity to be a showstopper, man.
Yeah, Perry Saturn was recently booked to work for Frank Goodman last week, and that didn't happen for whatever reason. So,
Yep.
that was to be his first match back after all this time. So, that's a huge coup for AWE. Also just as big is the fact that since we last talked, a lot of things have happened with AWE. Most importantly, this show is going to be available on pay-per-view. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Man, it's still almost it's numbing, man. It's hard to explain how I'm feeling. It really is. 22 years I've been in professional wrestling, and of course, everybody that's in this business dreams of hitting the big time. That's the reason everybody's in it. And we started this thing with Kevin Nash there back in May. This big hated rivalry, and I'm gonna tell you just real quick before I don't want to jump off track, but for anybody that doesn't know the real story behind Ricky and Kevin, this is 100% legit, man. This is real. These two guys legitimately dislike each other, and I understand both sides of the fence and why they do. A little nervous about that one, but it was because of this feud with Ricky and Kevin that got the social media just going crazy, man. When we started this, we had a Facebook page that we started, and we had 1,000 fans when we started this thing with us and Ricky and Kevin. And just the other day, man, we crossed over 115,000 fans following us on Facebook, which is what got the attention of In Demand Pay-Per-View. And they'd give us a call and was talking to us and said, look, we had a friend of a friend or whatever that has been watching and following what's going on. How would you guys like to be the first professional wrestling company to ever go live on In Demand Pay-Per-View without having any prior TV experience? And usually in the wrestling business, you start with a TV show, and then you build up to the big payoff with a pay-per-view. Well, AWE is actually going in the opposite direction. We're going after the big pay-per-view first, and hope we hit a home run with it. And if we do, 25,000 pay-per-view buys is all we need. And does it sound like you're asking a lot? Yes, it does, especially with the current numbers of TNA. But I really believe we got enough fan interest in this thing. If we can pop 25,000 pay-per-view buys, we have a guaranteed worldwide cable network television deal, weekly series waiting on us. And this is every dream I have ever wanted in my life. And it's almost like I am dreaming, and I'm afraid I'm going to wake up. But this is a big deal, guys, and I hope and pray we poured our heart and soul into this show, putting together. I mean, we've changed it 6 or 7 times to be the best pay-per-view possible for the money. And I think we're hitting a home run with this one. I really believe that.
Yeah, and it's just like you said, the lineup's changed so much over the past few months.
It really has.
This main event, you were originally supposed to be in there, and then, unfortunately, at the September show, you were taken out by the Rock and Roll Express. Now, last time we talked, you were saying that this was going to be your last match, your retirement match. Are you planning another match down the road to?
I will. I will. Unfortunately, I think Rick and Robert had it planned, and I was stupid to fall into it. I should have known. I should have seen it coming. Rick and Robert had something planned all along a few weeks ago. They knew what they wanted. They didn't want me in that match to start with. Point blank, me and Kevin have sat down and talked about it. This whole thing was a work by Ricky Morton from the get-go, just to pull Kevin in. And he knew he could use my ties and my friendship with Kevin to do just that. And then in September at the contract signing, he knew Kevin, would sign the contract, and he slipped the clause in there that Kevin had to leave the building, in which he did. Kevin left the building, and had their golden opportunity to take me out of it. And do I think they legitimately wanted to hurt me where they put me out for good? No. I just think they wanted to make a point and make a statement and give me a clear understanding that they didn't want me in this match, and which is fine. That's great, man. I'll heal. I got 6 more weeks. The bones in my forearm is not healing the way it should be, but it's no big deal. But I will have my retirement match one of these days. I will have it. But right now, it's delivering the fans the show of my life. I got one chance to prove to the world that I can do what I said I could do. And I think finally we have put the right card together to really hit a home run with this thing. And I'm telling you, you guys are going to be stunned. I promise you this, because nobody in their right mind has ever even thought about who Kevin's mystery partner is. And we put it online for people to guess. And Nobody's guessed it won't, but I guarantee you one thing: mouths will drop on the floor when they see who arrives at that building Saturday.
Well, yeah, and with the pay-per-view, you're talking about how 25,000 buys will get you a national cable deal. Just it seems TNA's Bound for Glory, their biggest event of the year, is the same weekend. And sure. Especially it has nowhere near the star power that this show has. I personally think people will buy this pay-per-view simply to see what some of these guys like the Terry Funks, Tommy Dreamers, Kevin Nash, all these guys, just to see what they still have, at this point in their lives where, they're obviously their best days are behind them, but just to see what that is, and then of course the mystery partner with, what you're promising. If it's anywhere near what you're promising, that should probably do that. But also just knowing TNA's pay-per-views don't sell a lot.
That's right. We the biggest thing we got going for us, and it's like the stars aligned with this, and then I'm really a blessed man. We're on a Saturday night, which wrestling hasn't been on pay-per-view live on a Saturday night, I think, since 1997. And I believe WCW was the last one to do it. So that's in our favor. It starts at 9 o'clock Eastern, so it's not the regular 7:30 start time. It gives people an extra hour and a half to do what they got to do and get to the house. And we're on a Saturday night, so people ain't got to worry about getting them going to work or going to school on Sunday morning. And our pay-per-view is $10 cheaper than TNA is on Sunday night, and $20 cheaper than what WWE is. And you're right, man. We have picked the best legends going today that still can go and still have a little fire left in them to give the fans one more night down memory lane. And like I said, man, we're hoping in the end that we knock this thing out of the ballpark, and we just hope and pray that fans stand behind it. Fans want a new wrestling company. They're tired of the same old Monday night, Thursday night, Friday night, shove it down your throat and give them what they want to give them, and can care less about listening what the fans want. The fans are telling you what they want. I mean, they're telling us. Our Facebook tells us at 115,000 fans. I mean, Jesus Christ, man, that's unheard of without a national TV deal. Ring of Honor. Let's just make it the Ring of Honor. Go to their Facebook page. Ring of Honor was on HDNet for 2 years, and they're now on the Sinclair broadcast. Go look at their Facebook page. 58,000 followers. We're 115,000. Fans are begging for something different, and if they will just support us and stand behind us, I guarantee you we'll give them what they want.
Yeah, and that new Ring of Honor TV show, I have to imagine any TV show that you would get, the production value has got to be better. I mean, I used to take a television production class in high school, and I did it on a Betamax, and we had better production value than that show. But you also have a lot of great things going on for the fans, which we'll talk about in a moment. But you have Fit Finlay, who's he's a known shooter. He's going up against young Alex Silva. Can you talk about the build up to this match?
Sure, absolutely. Alex Silva, I brag about him. He's from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. He's straight out of OVW, man. That's where he trained with Danny Davis, and I believe it's Rip Rogers. Alex, to me, is our version of Randy Orton, and he's that good. And he's a fantastic heel, man. The fans just love to hate him. And him and Finlay have already met once, a few weeks ago. And Finlay basically, I think Alex went in thinking that, Fit, with his age that he has on him, wasn't going to be able to bring a lot. And I sat there with my mouth wide open, man, when I saw this match. Finlay, I thought was going to kill him. I've never seen a man that can go the way Fit Finlay can. I mean, when he talks about how he's Irish, and he's a mean Irishman, that man ain't lying. It's going to be interesting to see what these two do live on pay-per-view, because now Alex has a taste of what Finlay can do, and I think Alex is going to bring his A game, man, and which Finlay wants. But this could go, either way. But I think this is going to be another highlight. I mean, I can't pick a certain match out of the card that I think is going to do. This one's going to do better than this one. I think out of all 6 matches, including Hacksaw and Muhammad Akbar, I really believe, like I said, man, this pay-per-view is going to give something for everyone. Everyone.
Yeah, and what I like about a couple of those matches here, like you were just saying with Fit Finlay and Alex Silva, Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Muhammad Akbar and Sanjay Dutt and Jamin Olivencia. Those are all, you have someone established that the fans are familiar with, but that's also the chance where you have to show the fans, this guy they've never heard of and show them exactly what they can do. So, it's kind of the perfect way to book a match, in my opinion.
Well, that's right, and that's something that we want to do as well. I mean, you and not bashing TNA, but they're trying to shove the legends, down your throat, and I'm not saying to try to be disrespectful. It's just the truth, and they're putting the legends over on all these young guys. Well, it's the young guys are the future of this business, man, and the legends are there for a reason. It's to teach the business. To the younger generation to be able to carry this business on the way it's supposed to be. And, our guys we have, and when I say our guys, the AWE roster of the youngsters, Alex Silva, Muhammad Akbar, Jamin Olivencia, Sanjay Dutt, these are the guys that are going to be the future of this industry. And what a better way to showcase their talents and who they are and what they can do than putting them in there with the greatest of the greatest. And, if they get the victory, great. If they don't, we're at least going to, introduce the world to the future of professional wrestling.
Now, you also have a special challenge match, and if I'm not mistaken, this is a midget wrestling match. We don't see a lot of those anymore. What gave you the idea to promote a midget match in 2004?
Well, Short Sleeve Samson, is one of my best friends in the world, man, and love him to death. And he's been a valuable asset and part of this company from the get-go, man. He's encouraged me to do things when I wanted to just back off and not do them. And I said, the fans love him. Everywhere he goes, man. I've never seen one guy that can get the crowd to pop as quick and as fast as he can. So I said, you know what? He deserves to be a part of this. So why don't we do it instead of a standard midget wrestling match? We just do an open challenge. And we have Abu Shango, which is a gentleman out of, I can't think of the Cameroon, I believe it is where he's originally from. And the guy's phenomenal, man. This guy can go. So we asked Short Sleeve, you up to the challenge? And he said, yes, I'll take it. So that's how we got to that. But I think it's going to be an interesting match. The fans are going to love it. The kids in the building are going to love it. And I think the kids around the world will love it. And that's what Dan wants, man. He markets more to the kids, to the youngsters, and I just think it's going to be a unique match to have on a Legends pay-per-view.
Yeah, and you also have a lot of names making appearances, and some of them are names that fans of our show are familiar with. People we've had on, names like Larry Zbyszko, Chris Hamrick, Ivan Koloff, Tracy Smothers, Baby Doll. All these people we've had on our show, so our fans are familiar with them. But just to name a few, and like I was saying earlier, you've got a lot of you've got a lot of really great things going on for the fans there. Most notably, a meet and greet with all of these wrestlers and characters from the past. Bill Apter, even. Can you talk a little bit about the meet and greet there?
Sure, absolutely. And before we get into the meet and greet, I just want everybody to know that we, for the pay-per-view announce team, you'd mentioned it, we have assembled the former WCW announce team of Chris Cruz, Larry Zbyszko, and Dirty Dutch Mantell. And we're really excited about that, man, to have them calling the action on the pay-per-view. I think it's going to turn the hands of time backwards, and fans are going to feel like they're back in WCW again, which is great, back when WCW was good. But yeah, the meet and greet, man, the doors are going to open now at 4:30, and we want as many of the fans as possible that come to this event to have a chance to go through the line and meet and greet all the superstars. And we got special photo ops like with Baby Doll and Tully Blanchard. We got a special photo op with Tommy Dreamer and Terry Funk, Kevin Nash with Lita, Amy Dumas. And, we want to make this an all-out fun weekend, a fan interaction weekend, and where you don't have to spend a ton of money to go do it. We're not going to charge a $200 ticket price for you to come to our show to have a fan interaction. We love the fans. If it wasn't for the fans, we wouldn't be here. And we're hoping the fans will support us to do this, and we're going to give back to them and show the fans that we care. So, yeah, man, it's going to be a fun fun weekend all around.
Now, you were talking about those special VIP packages with Kevin Nash, Amy Dumas. I believe there's also ones with Terry Funk and Tommy Dreamer and Baby Doll and Tully Blanchard available.
Yeah.
You were talking about the special photo up there. Now, with the other people here at this show for the normal meet and greet, what can the fans expect from that? Will they obviously have the opportunity to meet and speak with them? Will they also have the opportunity to get a photo with one of these guys, or what can a fan expect?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, no, man. Yeah, they'll be set up. They'll have their merchandise. They'll have their pictures. You bring your cameraman. They'll take photos. It's just like with Kevin Nash and Lita. We had to request to do special photo ops with them, and so we chose that. And we didn't want to charge a very high price to get it. So, like for Lita and Kevin Nash, it's $20, and you get not only your picture taken with you. We print it out on Kodak paper. And you also get an 8x10 autograph photo of them and a chance to interact with them for a few minutes. But the other guys like Diamond Dallas Page, the Rock and Roll Express, Sonny, all the rest of them on the card, the Midnights, the Malkies, you'll get to go through the line and you'll have your opportunity to get your autographs on your merchandise or theirs. And like I said, man, it's just going to be fun. Tickets, the floor's sold out, but you can still get general admission tickets for $20. And what a great price for $20. There's not a bad seat in this house. For $20, you get to come in and meet all your heroes, and sit and have a great night of professional wrestling action, man. So we hope everybody turns out and supports this thing.
It's been a long time because I'm from the area. I'm driving out for the show. It's been a long time since I've been excited about a wrestling show. This is the one I've really been looking forward to. And I got to tell you, I put a lot of money in your pocket here because I purchased the VIP ringside ticket. I bought all 4 of these fan packages. I mean, I can't wait for Saturday. I'll be honest with you.
And let me personally thank you on air too, man. I appreciate that, and I appreciate the support. I hope everybody, man, feels the same way you do. We've got a lot of comment from around the world, man. We sold another set of tickets to a gentleman in Wayne, Michigan today. 28 states and 3 foreign countries have already purchased tickets to this thing, man. And it's overwhelming. And then the tractor trailers rolled into town today. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I got teared up because for 22 years, I'm 37 years old, man. For 22 years of my life, I've waited for this chance and this opportunity. And when we're sitting there for the last 2 days setting the building up, and those trucks rolled into town today. And then the satellite trucks roll into town tomorrow. It is just overwhelming, and I just hope and pray to God the fans realize what we're giving them and what we're sacrificing to finally answer their calls and saying we want something different. And all we need is the support, man. 25,000 pay-per-view buys, and you're going to have another weekly wrestling show that's going to be on not a syndicated show. It is a major network, I will tell you that, and we're already in talks with them, and everything rides on this pay-per-view. But if you want another quality professional wrestling company like the Crockett's back on television, man, we're just asking for the support. That's all we're asking for.
Now, if this does happen, and pay-per-view does well, there's a you get a TV deal. Are you gonna because everything you've done so far has been kind of old school, like territory old school. Do you plan on keeping the territory mentality, or do you plan on doing a little more touring around the country?
No, we want to initially, our plans right now, like I said, we are talking to the network, and everything rides, like I said, on this pay-per-view. The plan is right now to kick it out into 2012. We get the TV deal. We'll start production with that in December. We're going to keep it here in the Shenandoah Valley. We already have a place we're looking at to actually build a studio. And when I say it's going old school, it's going to stay old school with the format. We're going into a studio that we're going to build here in Central Virginia that will seat roughly 200 fans. You don't have to have a 10,000-seat arena to shoot television. And it will shoot TV. And initially, we want to try to break out and take the Legends on the road one time and try to do, 40 to 50 dates in 2012 across the country, maybe the fair circuit, and, talking to different concert promoters. But the main goal with television is to, even though it will be across the country on a major network, is to keep the Mid-Atlantic territory and see if we can build it back up like the Crockett's did. I believe what Ric Flair said back in the with the Crockett's back in the day, that if they'd have stayed between Philadelphia and Florida, they'd still be in business right now. And I think there's enough of a market in the Mid-Atlantic region to bring that territory back, and that's what our goal is going to be, and that's what we're shooting for.
And now, the one thing about the Kevin Nash match, not to jump around too much, but the last show that you did in September, that was the night before WWE's Night of Champions pay-per-view. Of course, Kevin Nash made an appearance at that. He hasn't been seen on WWE TV since. So there's a very good chance that that this here show, it could be the last one before we start seeing Kevin Nash on WWE TV again.
I will tell you this. It will be the last time that you see Kevin Nash, at least for the next few years, on an AWE show. Kevin, I would say, is a good possibility that he will go back to WWE full time. But we got him. Ricky and him is going to settle this score. We're going to finish it live on pay-per-view, and what a way to go out, man, for him to go back up north. So, I mean, I owe everything to Kevin, man. If it wasn't for Kevin Nash, we wouldn't have this opportunity. And, God bless him, man. Whatever he does in the future, I'll always owe him my life for what he did for us, man. I really will.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show. And, JT, did you have anything more to add?
Not really. I'm just going to order it when it is on pay-per-view, and that's about it.
All right. Well, Marvin.
Good deal. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that, man.
Marvin, I want to thank you for coming on. And actually, I'll call you as soon as we're done here. I have something else to ask you off the air. But
Sure, man. Sorry for being late, guys. I apologize. Like I said, man, I got overwhelmed and caught up when the trucks pulled in, and I was like, wow. Let me apologize. I didn't mean to be late, guys.
Oh, no problem. And you guys can follow Awesome Wrestling Entertainment on Facebook. And again, Marvin, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you in a little while.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.